everyone, this is Kripa Anand, and welcome to the She and Success podcast, powered by She and Success Business Magazine, a platform dedicated to spotlighting the voices, strategies, and journeys of women leaders and entrepreneurs who are shaping Canada's business and policy landscape. Today, we are cutting through the AI noise to focus on what actually moves the needle for small business owners. In 2026, the goal isn't just to have more tools, but to have better results. Joining us is Sahan Rao, the founder of LeadAi Solutions. Sahan is a self described AI realist, meaning she sees AI as a tool, not a miracle. Not everything needs AI, and a lot of time, what a business actually needs is a simple automation fix or a better process, not another piece of software. With over 15 years of experience in marketing, strategy, and operations, she helps small and mid sized businesses figure out where AI creates value and where it's just adding complexity. She believes AI works best when it supports a strong process, not when it tries to replace one. So, before further ado, let's welcome this very special guest. Sahan, welcome to the podcast. Such a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me here, Kripa. I'm quite honored to be on this podcast. I'm super excited to chat about AI.
Yes, so am I. I'm looking forward to the conversation, Sahan. Now, Sahan, you advocate that every small business needs an AI audit before they even think about, buying another software tool. So let's start the conversation by understanding what is an AI audit and why is the first step, for it to follow for small businesses specifically. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think to set some groundwork here, a lot of times small businesses get scared when you speak about AI audit.
Yeah.
So to start off, to simplify what it actually means, AI audit basically means understanding what your current workflow is. Where are the gaps in your current workflow? Where can we sort of ease out that gap? So an AI audit is about understanding how your work flows through a business before adding more tech. So we look at something like repetitive tasks,
Mhm.
delays, manual data entry, communication gaps, and where teams are spending too much time on admin work, right? So a lot of businesses, they think that they need AI, but sometimes they just need better process or just simple automation.
Yeah.
So this audit sort of helps identify where AI can create value instead of adding more complexity or unused software.
No, that definitely makes sense because identifying where your leads are falling through the cracks, before layering in tech, I think it's the only way to ensure that your automation actually solves a real problem. So thank you so much for those insights. Um, I'd also like to touch upon, exploring building a clear AI strategy instead of chasing tools. Because right now, if you're opening LinkedIn, Instagram, there's just so many talks happening, so many AI tools are just getting out in the market. There's a lot of noise. So amidst all of that, how do you suggest businesses focus on being ready or readiness instead of just chasing new trends or AI tools?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. So I always tell businesses not to start with tools, but
Hmm.
start with outcomes. What are we actually trying to improve? Are we looking at, say, faster response times? Are we looking at better lead follow-up? Or are we looking at just less admin work? So what is
Hmm.
the outcome that we're trying to sort of fix? And then look at AI as an additional value or layer. Because right now, many SMEs, like you already mentioned, Kripa, have been overloaded with tools. There's just so many tools in the market which claim to do a million things, but that's not
Hmm.
the way to go because that's really not how it might actually work within your current business setup, right? So they're just buying software faster than they're actually improving their current processes, and that's a bit scary, right? So readiness means having clear workflows, organized information, and actually understanding who owns what internally. So having the clarity of what that ownership sort of really looks like. So once that foundation sort of is final and it exists, then AI becomes much easier to sort of implement successfully. And it's easier for you to sort of look at ROI versus not, because tools will not give you ROI. Your current processes are the ones which are going to help you fix and make it better over a period of time.
Very well articulated, and I loved how you were explaining it so simply because I'm sure majority of our listeners are finding it very relatable at this point. What you said I think ensuring your team actually understands the why behind the tool is, what separates real adoption from a dashboard that just collects digital dust out there. I'd also like to, touch upon looking at implementing AI for real measurable outcomes, as you mentioned, right? So, majority of our listeners right now would be SMB owners. So, for them, when they're listening to you, how do you suggest they apply AI today to reduce the manual work quickly? So, what would be some of the instant things that they could get ahead on?
So we've sort of implemented, AI audits and solutions to sort of businesses as well. So a few based on our experiences, the quickest wins are usually in repetitive operational tasks. So
Hmm.
things like responding to inquiries, qualifying your leads, appointment
Right.
scheduling, CRM updates, your proposal drafting, and customer follow-ups. These are great use cases for you to sort of look at immediate value. So you already
Mhm.
understand what kind of value it's actually creating. And from there, you can increase, to level 2, level 3, and level 4. So, for example, if a business owner or staff member is copying information between emails, spreadsheets, and systems every day, then that's a very clear use case of understanding how AI could be leveraged. It could
Mhm.
also be something as small as it's a strong automation opportunity. It may not be AI, but something as small as an automation, right? So AI works best when it removes repetitive work and gives
Mhm.
team more time to focus on customers and growth. And this, again, I would want to say that this does not have to just be AI. It could be as simple as automation or even understanding your current tools, because right now, a lot of tools have AI embedded within them already. So
Mhm.
just understanding what your current tools, what are the capabilities of your current tools, will also help you sort of, get started.
Definitely. I think I completely agree with you. Automating the repetitive tasks in marketing and sales, it allows your human talent to focus on the high level relationship that actually drives those relationships, that revenue, right? And on that note, I'd like to give a special message to all of our listeners right now, specifically to all the business owners watching. In 2026, you don't need a six-figure budget to lead with AI. Sahan is currently developing a series of AI playbooks designed specifically for SMEs, offering step by step guides, readiness checklists, and a quiz to help you start today. If you feel overwhelmed by the technical jargon, these playbooks are your roadmap to clear practical results. So don't let your business get left behind because you were waiting for a tech team that you don't actually need. Instead, go ahead and visit Lead AI Solutions to get your hands on these playbooks and start automating the work you hate so much that you can focus on the business that you actually love. Coming back to you now, Sahan. We talked about the AI use cases and how is AI useful for SME specifically. So currently, with everything that's going on in 2026, let's talk about the AI realist's future. So this is a two-part question. First, what does a digitally mature business look like in 2026 right now?
So, a digitally mature business is not necessarily the one using the most AI tools, right? It's the one operating the most efficiently, because AI is all about increasing or bettering your efficiencies. So, which means their information is a lot more organized. They have good data sets identified. They have clean data. Their
Mhm.
repetitive tasks are automated. Customer communication is faster. Their team spends a lot less time on manual or admin work. So AI supports the business behind the scenes instead of actually creating more confusion. So there's a lot more clarity in terms of who owns what and how AI sort of enhances their efficiencies. So the businesses that will grow faster are the ones who will be combining good processes
Mhm.
with practical technology, like something like an AI, because without a good process, AI is not going to add value. So fixing process is going to be the key piece that I
Mhm.
always speak to businesses about in terms of understanding where are the processes breaking, why are they breaking, and how can we sort of understand to fix the processes, understand how to layer in AI, and then look at the bigger picture.
No, definitely. I think that makes a lot of sense because firms that prioritize strong processes supported by targeted mentioned, they'll be the ones that scale while their competitors are still struggling with manual data entries. Now, the second part of the question is, I'd love to do a little time travel with you. Imagine if I were to give you a time machine right now and we were to go 10 years into the future. When you get out of the time machine, how exactly do you envision a digitally mature small business then?
Oh, that's a great question. Because right now the pace that AI is moving, I don't even know
Right.
if we can sort of envision it at that level. But something as small I can think of with the state we are in right now is making sure 10 years down the line you have all your data prepped and you have agents working, doing
Yeah,
customer support or doing things sort of really end to end. I'm not really keen on having, as a AI realist, I'm not very keen on being part of a future where there's no human touch, because I think
of
with
course.
AI, human has a huge role to play. So there needs to be a human and AI collaboration. So hopefully in the 10 years down the lane, we have a better collaboration and relationship with, and handoff, seamless handoff in terms of what is a human responsible for and what we're going to be sort of owning up, and where sort of tools, softwares, or AI sort of comes in and what that sort of owns up. But
Mhm.
humans are still sort of in the loop in my, world 10 years down
Right.
the lane. Yeah.
Beautifully explained. I completely agree as well. Humans are not going anywhere. They're very much going to be the center around which the AI innovation is happening.
Yeah.
I'm loving this conversation, Sahan, and definitely we'd love for you to be back, hopefully, for an in person episode that we do the next. But for now, before we let you go, I'd love to touch upon something. So, firstly, I'm incredibly proud and inspired by seeing successful women like yourself in male dominated fields like this. Specifically in Canada, as an immigrant yourself, you might have, walked into male dominated rooms where you don't see more and more people like yourself. From that perspective, what goes on in your head at that moment, and how do you sort of deal with it, or tackle with it? Because earlier women were demanding a seat at the table, but they were not getting it. Right now women are creating their own table, sort of, right, and they're not even demanding that seat anymore. So from that perspective, I'd love for you to tell us what goes on in your mind, and then give an advice to all the women who are listening to you right now and looking up to you. Go ahead.
I think this is the time where we can actually step in and take charge. And this is why I'm sort of also doing a lot of AI education and workshops specifically targeted at women, because right now we need a lot more women adopting this new tech versus not. And there's a bit of a lag in terms of how fastly we are adopting, and and how we need to sort of really catch up. So I sort of, whoever I can meet, I keep telling them to sort of really adopt the technology, not in a way where it becomes a hindrance to you, that you go to it every day and you ask what it needs to, what you need to do, because there are a lot of reports which says that's, it's making you dumb and whatnot, right? But this is not about being dumb. It's about being aware. It's about empowering yourself in terms of making sure that you are, part of something that revolutionary, which is causing, so much, it is creating so much of opportunities right now, which is, and there's no reason for you to sort of hold yourself
Mhm.
back. So I would say, yeah, pick one workflow, understand one tool, get deeper within one tool, or get deeper within one workflow or one process, and understand how it can add value and see what you could do with it. So this is an era of where you can sort of really run with things yourself, because you have a 10-member team with AI, versus before where we used to run, one person job doing, and hiring other people. And there was so many blockers along the way. So right now we don't have a lot many blockers, and we have a lot more opportunities. So
Mhm.
it really is up to us in terms of how we leverage this time we are in right now. So yeah, all I would say is learn. Right now is the time to get deeper within what you want to know, and just, instead of going wide, go deep. Yeah.
Beautifully answered. I think that is a great reminder that starting with the process is, always the safest and most effective move. And everything about your conversation today was very reassuring and very balanced. So thank you so much for joining us, Sahan. It was such a pleasure.
Thanks, Kripa. Thanks for having me here.
All right, that was Sahan Rao from Lead AI Solutions, a masterclass in AI audits, practical strategy, and why the people and process always matter more than the tool itself. To all the listeners, thank you so much for tuning into the She and Success podcast powered by She and Success Business Magazine. Be sure to subscribe for more expert insights and visit sheandsuccess.ca for more such resources. And to understand how we're giving back to the community, please go and visit She and Success Foundation at sheandsuccessfoundation.ca. And lastly, a very special thank you to our exclusive shipping partner, Puro Data, for their ongoing commitment to supporting women entrepreneurs and helping them build, grow, and lead successful businesses across Canada. I'll see you all in the next episode. Kripa Anand signing off.